Welcome to the church, April 1st. Some guy tweeted me, what's the best trick you played on April 1st? I showed your mom my dick. That's the fucking trick. Get it together, cocksuckers. We're adults here.
Really, you never egged a house or trick somebody?
You do that on Devil's Night, the night before Thanksgiving. You egg somebody's house. To egg somebody's house in April, you're wasting good eggs. You know what I'm saying? What's up, cocksucker?
Nothing.
How you doing? How was your day?
It was all right. I had to go to the DMV, which sucked. But yeah, what you got to do. I'm doing good.
And you went to Santa Monica?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. You didn't go locally? You make an appointment?
You had to make it. If you don't, you spend 8 hours there. When I got there, this dude was next to me. He had G130, and they were at G80. And I was like, oh, no.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, thank God I made an appointment.
That's when you abandon ship. You said, fuck this. I'll come back here on Thursday. Curtis Salcido, what's up, primo?
How you doing, man?
How are you, my brother? Spoken to the mic. You have the same problem I got. We talking to the fucking hemisphere, and the people get pissed off at me. How are you, my friend?
Good, Joey.
What's happening?
Nothing much. Thank you for having me on.
It's an honor to bring you on. A lot of people sitting at home going, who the fuck is Curtis Salcido? We haven't seen him. I know you, how long, 5 years now? We met at the Brea Improv. You used to come to the Wednesday shows.
That's right.
You used to sit there and watch, and I always knew you were like learning something, like you were like something. You were going to be a public speaker. You were watching them. We used to talk on MySpace.
Yeah.
Right on MySpace.
Yeah,
we used to
MySpace.
talk, and we became friends on Facebook, and I watched you, and you were this big guy, and all of a sudden you're entering bodybuilding competitions and shit, and I'm blown the fuck away. So when I saw you took fifth, I want you to come on and tell these fuckers your story, but let's torture Lee a little bit.
No one's gonna bother him. Let's show your arms just so they can see on camera. Oh my God,
He's a fucking savage. Lee.
that's amazing. I don't even care if that sounds weird for me saying it. Look at that.
How old are you now, Curtis?
I'm 32.
So when did the transformation hit you? Like what were you doing that you said, you know what, I weigh 360 fucking pounds. It's got to end. What? Did you always want to be a bodybuilder?
No, I didn't want to be a bodybuilder. I didn't want to be one at all, actually. I grew up watching Arnold Schwarzenegger and, Sylvester Stallone, and wanting to, kind of emulate them, be like them, be big and strong, but never really do bodybuilding, But it was only probably about 3 years ago where I reached 360 pounds. I was going through a lot of stress at the time. I was going through a bad breakup, and I was kind of depressed. And
what were you eating?
I was eating fucking pizza every day, and In-N-Out, and I was drinking. I was actually drinking a lot. And, when you drink alcohol almost every day, that's going to add some pounds too, because that just converts into straight sugar.
That's what everyone says. Everyone says when you stop drinking, you lose weight. But I never drank, so I had no idea.
So you're fucked.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Like me, we're both fucked. We don't drink.
Yeah, I don't really drink anymore, but I mean, at the time I was drinking a lot. I was partying a lot, and a lot of Del Taco, late night Del Taco runs.
Oh, Del Taco's good.
But, yeah, I've been big my whole life, and I've always been teased, and I've always been called fat boy, or
that sucks.
Just people saying I have titties and just talking shit, and just the usual bullying, stuff like that. But I would say that the past 12 years, I've kind of I would go in spurts. I would lose weight, I'd get in shape, and I'd lose maybe about 20-30 pounds just doing a crash diet, and then I'd gain some confidence, and then I'd kind of slack a little bit, go back to my old habits, and then I'd get big again. But it was during those times, those brief periods of getting in shape, crash dieting, where I felt my best and I had a lot of confidence. So I saw these glimpses of how I could look and how I could feel. And just like I said, I got to a pretty low point in my life where I going through a bad relationship, bad breakup, and was drinking a lot, eating a lot, and then a lot of people, even as adults, not just kids, even adults, they treat you differently, when you're fat or when you're bigger and heavier. It's kind of like a different form of discrimination in a way, kind of like how someone would discriminate against a person of color or different religion. People like to point out your differences, make fun of you. So I just got sick of it, and I saw glimpses of how good I could look in the past, and I wanted to make a serious run for it. And I knew that 400 pounds was right around the corner, and I didn't want to wait to get to be that big, so I just decided to do whatever it takes to just lose the weight. And I mean, I tried it all. I tried every single diet in the book.
Did you ever try one of those pills? I did Lipozene once for like a week. It made me. It felt like it was speed. I did it. I bought that off TV, and I hid it in my sock drawer when I was in high school. It's fucked up. I did everything. I did Nutrisystem.
Yeah.
I did like Weight Watchers. I did what's the drink one? Slim Fast. I probably tried that at some point.
Slim Fast. Yeah.
It sucks.
Let me ask you something. You said something interesting. You really feel that people discriminate?
Yeah, absolutely.
In what way? In the workplace or in the...
I would say workplace, just being out in public, people, they just look at you and talk to you differently. Especially, being out at, say, like a club or, somewhere out with your friends, girls especially are not really going to give you the time of day unless you have a really, great personality or, you have money, you have a lot of other things going on. But, if you're just an overweight guy, women aren't going to necessarily flock to you. Guys are going to think that they're better than you just because, they're skinnier than you or they have a better body than you. It's kind of like a one-upsmanship. Like, I'm better than you because I'm in better shape than you are, that kind of thing. So I would experience that a lot. I don't know what it is, maybe because I'm a friendly guy, and people just think they could say certain things, and I'll be okay with it. It's like these subtle comments. People find a way to call you fat or make fun of you in very subtle ways. So I just got tired of it, and I was like, what? I'm better than this. I'm not that fat guy that you think I am, so I'm going to prove you wrong, kind of. And it first started with trying to prove people wrong and not wanting to be treated that way. And then it took on many different other reasons and motivations and stuff like that. But at first it was just kind of like, I refuse to be treated that way. I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to change the way I look. And, I'll show you type of thing.
I always thought that people looked at me weird in airports, when I got on a plane. Hey, listen, if I'm sitting there and I'm high on a plane and I see a fat guy walking on the plane, I'm like, good luck. Just because I know what it is to be a fucking fat dude. In fact, when I see a fat dude on Southwest and he's got like a C number, that dude is going to ruin somebody's day. He's going to get in the fucking middle seat at the end when you're ready to break out your fucking hoagie.
And you can feel it, or I could feel it when I was walking down the aisle.
Yeah, you can feel it.
You hope like they're hoping you're not sitting next to them?
You're a big guy, and I could honestly tell you, I never felt discriminated against, but
Really?
I felt weird sometimes around certain people just because of my own insecurities. But I think that we do have a lot of fat people around, And I didn't start getting fat till later on. I didn't get fat till, every day I hear a buddy of mine growing up, when I was lifting weights, I'd always goof on him. And he'd go, wait till you're 40. Wait till your metabolism slows down. I go, my metabolism ain't slowing down, bitch. And one day you wake up and you're 260 and you're like, ah. And then one day you wake up and you're 300. And one day you wake up and I did wake up at 418. I woke up one day when I remember going in for the longest yard and stepping on the scale at the doctor's office and being like 410 and going, what the fuck? I'm lying to you. The first time I went to the doctor for the physical, the scale only went up to 350. It was one of those circular ones. And I remember him going, you got to be around 380. And then when I got to New Mexico was when the guy had the fucking cattle scale. And it was like 410 or something. And I was like, when the fuck did this happen? And how did this happen?
It happened so quick.
It happened quickly. And I remember coming back from the longest yard from New Mexico. And in New Mexico, I worked out a little bit. nothing. It wasn't really a workout. It was what a workout was in my mind, which is a lot better than most people. I would go in there and do every body part. It's not like the guy that goes in there and just does curls and gets on the phone. I don't even bring my phone into the gym ever. Yeah. Jiu-jitsu, nothing. I don't believe. I go in there. It's my hour.
That's a good idea.
I remember going to the Y the first time, and they paying for the Y and then signing up for the trainer program. They give you 2 training sessions for free, and the guy going, get on the not the elliptical but the treadmill, and he put the thing on 3, and I could only do 2 minutes, and I had to get off, and he goes, listen, you got to quit smoking, and you just got to walk around for now. Don't even come back here till you walk around for now. But that was possibly my turning point. Like, that was when I was like, wow, I can only walk
a couple of minutes.
I used to ride a bike across George Washington Bridge and back and run, and now I can only do fucking 3 minutes. So when I met you and all those Brea nights, you were around 360, and then you disappeared. And that's when you said, that's it.
Yeah, I just kind of became a recluse in a way where I had to get out of that life and just wasn't really going out or seeing a lot of my friends. And I had to be selfish, and I had to work out. I had to eat right, and you could still go out and hang out with friends, family, stuff like that. But it was one of those things where I didn't want to be influenced by other people and be peer pressured into, come on, let's go get a pizza, or let's go out. Let's
There's
go
always
get a
an
couple of
excuse.
drinks, you know what I mean? And you start compromising, and you're always going to do it. You just got to kind of do your own thing, and your real friends and people that care about you will understand that. They'll be in your life, whether
and the rest will go wayside.
And the rest will go away.
Well, fuck them anyway.
Yeah.
Now, what was your first diet? What was your first workout when you were 360?
First diet was I did paleo, and I signed up for jiu-jitsu and boxing, and I was doing the paleo, which is basically all I was eating was steak and veggies. And I guess it wasn't really true paleo, because I know they eat some other shit like nuts and whatever, but it was just steak. It was just meats and veggies. And I guess you can call it no carb or keto or something like that. But it was no carb. I was doing jiu-jitsu, and I was just getting worked in jiu-jitsu and boxing. I was just getting my ass kicked. I had no energy. I was losing the weight, but I was also very weak. I didn't have the carbs to fuel my workouts. I was kind of just doing it wrong. I wasn't keeping track of what I was, how many calories, how many grams of protein, how many grams of carbs and fats, and so on. So I was just kind of going into it blindly, and I knew that wasn't working. It only lasted a couple of months. I lost maybe about 15, 20 pounds, But then after that, I tried intermittent fasting, because you could eat a little bit more, but you can only eat through a certain window. So, for example, if you have a 6-hour eating window, you can eat all your meals during that time, and you could be a little bit looser with your diet. You can add some rice and some breads and, all the taboo kind of carbs, But, yeah, I would just eat through this particular window, and I would do my workouts before that, though. I would do it in a fasted state, and you're supposed to burn more body fat that way. And it's a good way to get ripped, but I don't know, I think it kind of strips you of whatever muscle you may have. Also, your energy levels are going to be pretty low. Your insulin levels are going to be pretty low. Your blood sugar is going to be low. So, it doesn't work for everyone. It worked for me. It worked great. I actually used that for the majority of my weight loss. Until I got to about 230 pounds. So,
and what's intermittent fasting? Break it down for me.
Intermittent fasting is fasting. It's basically something along the lines of fasting for about 16 hours of the day. And then usually people have an 8-hour eating window, but some people do 6 hours, some people do 4. And the idea is, when you're not eating, your growth hormone levels are naturally going to be higher, and you're going to be burning more fat. Your insulin levels are going to be low. Insulin is a fat storing hormone, so your insulin level is going to be low. So you're going to be kind of in that fat burning state longer. And so, especially if you work out too. I mean, when you work out on an empty stomach, you're basically mobilizing all the fat to be used as energy. So you're going to be burning fat, and then once you eat after your workout, especially when you weight train, all the nutrients, all the carbs supposed to go directly to glycogen replenishment, go to your muscle stores, stuff like that. So it's basically burning fat on an empty stomach and then eating to refuel basically your depleted glycogen stores. So
because somebody was telling me to get up in the morning, put sneakers on, and walk for an hour with nothing in your stomach.
it's a good idea.
It's fucking phenomenal for you. You come back after an hour, you eat like a savage, or you eat your minimal breakfast, but you got an hour. What does that hour of walking with nothing in your stomach do for you?
A lot of people, there's different schools of thought. I mean, that's something a little more old school that people do, where they do cardio on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. And it works great for a lot of people, but it's supposed to just burn off the stored energy that you have, which is your body fat, during that hour, because you have nothing in your system. You have nothing, no nutrients circulating in your bloodstream. You're not burning off breakfast or anything like that. You're just burning off your stored body fat. And that's okay if you're doing cardio. And that's okay if you're doing maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. An hour is kind of pushing it. But if you're going to weight train and you want to have a good, intense workout, you want to preserve lean muscle mass, probably not going to want to do that on an empty stomach. But cardio, I mean, a lot of professional bodybuilders, a lot of people do that to burn fat, and they swear by it, and it's supposed to be really good for you. Some people will maybe just have like a banana or a protein shake or something like that. You know, it really depends. At the end of the day, a lot of people think it's calories in versus calories out. So if your calories are, if you're burning more than you're taking in, it doesn't really matter when you do your cardio. That's what John thinks. You know, that's my bodybuilding, or our bodybuilding coach. That's kind of his school of thought is, if you're burning more than you're taking in, you're going to lose the weight. And so cardio, he prefers you do it after you do weight training, but you can basically do it anytime.
And opposite, so if you train in the mornings, lifting weights, you should do cardio in the evening. Opposite your usual training time is what he suggests. But
yeah, I mean, you could do that, or right after your workout, which after your weight training workout, you're already kind of depleted your glycogen stores. So what's left is body fat basically to work off of. So they say that's a great time to do cardio as well, which is when I do my cardio. I can't just wake up first thing in the morning and do that. I just, I'm really hungry when I wake up. I just can't function without anything in my stomach.
so now you're 230 pounds.
Yeah, when I was 230 pounds after intermittent fasting and after losing all the body fat, I was...
Hold on one second. How long did it take you to go down from 130 pounds? How long did it take you?
It took about 10 months.
That's it. That's fast.
Really fast. And I kind of regret doing that because I do have some loose skin in my stomach area and other areas, stretch marks, stuff like that. Who knows if I would have had that anyway, but I know it definitely increased the chance, or increased the likeliness that I was going to get the loose skin. So,
Have you thought about getting the surgery, the hair for the loose skin?
yes, in fact, I really want to do that very soon.
It's scary though. Like I've seen, like I watch, they have this show on TLC called like My 600 Pound Life, and Paul and I watch it, and like it's intense. They're ripping skin off of you, and like
Yeah.
some people get really sick from it. So like I still have about 80 pounds left until I'm done losing weight, and I'm gonna have a lot of loose skin, but I don't know if I'm gonna go to have surgery to get rid of it. It seems like a lot of risk.
Can you get rid of that loose skin or no?
Yeah.
Well, it is genetic. There's a lot of genetic factors to that. Some people, they don't have loose skin when they lose a bunch of weight, even if they lose it really fast. But, I mean, most people do. And they say that you can kind of just weight kind of give it some time. You know, you lose the weight, kind of maintain for like a few years, and it'll eventually tighten up. But, you know, sometimes people never lose it. And for me, I'm pursuing bodybuilding. And for this first show, it didn't show much, but you could still see it. And I know I probably got dinged a couple of points for the loose skin. So it's just something that I would definitely like to take care of. It's just, you know, I have a good physique, but then sometimes like when I bend over to pick something up, the loose skin kind of goes over my belt, or, you know, it's just, it doesn't look right. It doesn't match everything. So that's a big reason why I just want to get rid of it.
I have a weird question for you. Mm-hmm. Paul and I talk about it a lot. Like, when you're just doing your daily activities, do you feel any different than when you were 360? Like, I felt the same as I do now when I was 315. I don't feel like I look that different. I don't notice it until I look at pictures. So, like, when you're still walking around, do you still walk around like that 360? Because
I'd still walk around like I'm 360 pounds. Yeah, I have that mentality. I don't know if it ever goes away or what, if it gets better, but I still feel very self-conscious. You know, it's still kind of tough for me to take my shirt off, as silly as it may sound. I just did a bodybuilding contest, but I'm very self-conscious, and I have that mentality, and I kind of feel like when other people are looking at me, kind of like they're judging me, or maybe they still see the fat me or whatever. Yeah, it's weird. I was just talking to my girlfriend about that the other day, and yeah, she's lost a lot of weight as well, and she still feels like that big girl. And yeah, I don't know if that's something that'll ever go away. I mean, it's a good reminder, you know.
Yeah, it's like, if I ever looked like you looked, I'd fucking wear a Speedo all day. Oh my God, that's like my job. I've never had like muscles like that's so cool. So, but it's crazy how like I'm looking at you like you did it, but you're still. Do you think maybe it's because we were fat as kids and like a little self-esteem? Like, Joey, you had like really high self-esteem as a kid. You were like a normal kid. So maybe it fucks you up when you're doing it as a kid.
High self-esteem. I never had high self-esteem.
Really?
I was really skinny, and I wanted to have muscles. You know, I was that guy. And in there, I get that bar, you know, I do, you know, so it's just, but you're at 230. Mm-hmm. And now you're like, I'm looking for something else. What am I looking for in my life? Maybe I should start throwing some weights and be fucking Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah, I would always look at fitness videos on YouTube, and then, of course, in the related videos would be some bodybuilding videos. And the moment where I knew that I wanted to be a bodybuilder was when I saw Jay Cutler, who is a former Mr. Olympia, 4-time Mr. Olympia, get on stage in 2009 after losing the title to Dexter Jackson. Came back at his all-time best and just completely just shocked everyone. Hands down, just murdered everyone in that show. And, I mean, the guy put on size. I mean, the guy's already huge. Guy came in great condition and was just like the ultimate. I told myself, you know, I want to look like that. And I want to be like that. I want to go on stage, and I just want to just rock the house like that. And it's just something that I didn't always want to do, but I just saw the power and the energy that was related with that, and yeah, I had to do it at that point. I had to at least try. And I didn't really pick a bodybuilding show at that point, but I started lifting. I started doing more bodybuilding oriented exercises. I didn't hire John until this past August. So before then, it was just kind of like trial and error and just lifting and trying to watch what I eat. I started tracking things on MyFitnessPal, and I set certain macro goals, like a certain amount of protein, certain amount of fat, certain amount of carbs. And it's funny, but after I got down to 230, I thought, okay, well, I'm going to eat chicken, brown rice, and broccoli, and I'm going to work out, right? And I ended up gaining 30 pounds of fat just by eating those foods. And I did that in 2 months. So I actually went up to about 260. And just, eating quote-unquote clean. And
How much chicken and rice were you eating?
I was eating probably about 7 or 8 meals a day.
Oh, my God.
Damn.
Yeah. And I always heard, well, you got to eat every few, 2-3 hours, have about 8 ounces of chicken, have about a half a cup of brown rice and some broccoli,
That must fuck you up when you gain 60 pounds eating healthy.
Right.
Like when you eat 60 pounds at McDonald's, you're like, okay, you thought you were eating healthy. You're like, fuck, I gained 60 pounds.
Now, what made you gain the 60 pounds? What was in that fucking food?
It was, I just started looking up bodybuilder or bodybuilding diets, and a lot of these guys would eat chicken, brown rice, and broccoli. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do that. And I didn't know that, your body can only take in a certain amount of calories before you start getting fat. I mean, just to maintain, you need a certain amount. You got to do that with trial and error. But
were you eating fried chicken?
No, I wasn't. I wish I was. That would that would have been worth it. But,
that's what I would do. I'd be like, all right, it's still chicken.
Well, like a bodybuilder breakfast, like a cup of yogurt, some fucking peanuts, some skim almond milk or something like that. And then for lunch, you have the chicken and a little cup of brown rice and the broccoli. And then for dinner, you probably have the same. How many fucking chicken breasts were you eating a day?
I was eating at least 6.
Oh,
I was eating at least six chicken breasts, 8 ounces a day. And I actually do that now, but my metabolism is so much faster, and I have so much more muscle mass to actually feed that. I'm actually doing the right thing now, but then I didn't really have the muscle or the metabolism or anything like that. So I thought, okay, well, if I eat healthy, if I eat chicken, brown rice, and broccoli, I'm just gonna stay healthy. I'm gonna gain muscle, but I didn't think I was gonna gain weight that fast, and I didn't think it was gonna be just mostly fat. So it took some trial and error. That's when I knew. I was like, okay, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing in terms of bodybuilding. So I had to seek out a coach. And, that's where I learned that it's called IIFYM, if it fits your macros, is basically my coach's style of eating or having his clients eat. And that's you have a certain amount of protein, certain amount of fat, certain amount of carbs that you eat each day. And for the most part, he wants you to eat whole foods, stuff like that. But, I mean, you can add in, say a Pop-Tart in the morning or, maybe some ice cream. As long as it fits, it fits. It doesn't have to be boring, bland chicken, brown rice, broccoli, stuff like that. So I basically learned that by eating healthy, quote unquote healthy, you can still get fat. And then by eating all these, bad foods, you can actually get ripped. I mean, I got down to about 6% body fat, and I was eating Captain Crunch and candy corn up until the day of the show,
Do you know what percentage body fat you were when you were 360? Just for
360.
Well, but to go to 6%.
When I was 410, I was 410. You know what I'm saying? There's no percentage. You're a fat fuck. Yeah, you're a fat fuck. I mean, there's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
Now, what's a macro?
A macro is a macronutrient. It's basically there's 3 macronutrients: protein, carbs, fats is what your body needs to, I guess, fuel itself. I mean, technically your body doesn't need carbohydrates, but you definitely need proteins and fats in order to properly function. So each person is different. Each person has different metabolism, different needs. So in terms of building muscle or maintaining muscle, you need a certain amount of protein per day. You do need a certain amount of fat for proper hormone function. And then carbs, I mean, some people go no carbs, but some people actually do better with higher fats, higher protein, and zero carb than they do with higher carb, moderate protein, moderate fat. So it really depends on your body type and what works for you. But those are the three things that basically fuel you. And carbs, for the most part, are your energy source. Protein is like building blocks for muscle and other things. And like I said, fats are just kind of hormone function and just other functions as well. But, carbs, we all love carbs, right? So
Now, what's the difference between white rice and brown rice? Like, I've been eating wild rice and brown rice combined. It's not fucking bad. It's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. And the brown rice ain't fucking bad. You know what it needs? Some beans. Mm-hmm. The brown rice, couple fucking black beans, let it settle a little bit. It ain't fucking bad. I got to talk my wife into that. Yeah. What between white rice, like pasta and whole grain pasta?
It's basically, I guess, just a fiber, more fiber.
More fiber, so it's a cleaner carb.
Yeah, it's quote-unquote cleaner. There's usually more vitamins and more fiber and stuff like that with the brown rice and the whole grains and stuff like that. But I mean, to be honest, it's not like your body has this mechanism where it says, okay, well, this is a clean carb and this is a dirty carb. Now, there are certain insulin responses. If you eat simple sugars, you're going to spike your insulin. You're going to get a bunch of energy all at once, and then you're going to crash. And so people usually don't go that route. That's why they like the whole grains. It's more of like a steady type of energy. You're not going to just get all hyped up and then crash.
What about salami? What does salami do to a motherfucker? You know what I'm saying?
I love salami, man, but unfortunately, there's a very high fat content.
I haven't had salami in the house in months, and American cheese and ham, and it fucking kills me at night. You understand? I fucking love it. My wife bought it over the holidays, salami, and we kept it in the house for like a week, and I take like 2 slices a night with a cracker. It holds you over. You know what I'm saying? It just tunes you up. I don't need much at night. Like when I was 20, I'd go out and smoke dope. I need a cheese motherfucking burger deluxe. Cheeseburger with cheese, fries with mozzarella on those motherfuckers, and some chicken gravy, some disco fries.
I hate cheeseburgers without cheese.
No, cheeseburger. Yeah, I'm sorry, cocksucker. Right? Maybe double cheese. But now at night when I get stoned, I don't need to eat much.
Really?
But can you eat an apple? I mean, I like eating 2 apples at night, but they're like a lot of carbohydrates.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of myths too with eating, and that's one of those late night. Don't eat anything before bedtime or close to bedtime, or else it's just going to magically turn into fat. But it's completely false. I mean, like I said, it depends on your macro count for the day. So if you've already had a lot of carbs throughout the day and you have a couple apples at night, it could put you over the top. Probably not going to lose weight for the day, but if you haven't had your total carb allowance, then a couple apples or whatever you want, within reason at night, you can have. It's not just going to sit there and turn into fat, and like a lot of people think.
Now, how do you spike your metabolism? You keep talking about after you were 230, you went up to 260. Were you working on spiking it? How do you spike your metabolism? Is it by eating? Some people say you drink water when you get up to get the engine going, and you go out and do cardio just to straighten this fucking myth out, Lee.
Yeah, a lot of people, the way they increase their metabolism, and what I do is, or what I was doing was, first thing in the morning, you can have a little something to eat, or on an empty stomach, you do some cardio, whether it be 30 minutes or an hour. That's gonna That's gonna get your metabolism going right off the bat. Then after that, you're gonna.
What if you eat Captain Crunch? Just a little fucking bowl, just so you don't pass out on the elliptical. And you go down and you do 45 minutes. Does that work too?
That's what I do. Yeah, I do that.
I can't see exercise. I get dizzy. If I get in the fucking car and I don't eat, after like 30 minutes, I get dizzy. I got to pull over and puke. I got to go home and sleep the rest of the fucking day. I can't imagine jumping up and down with weights and shit on an empty stomach. I don't even want to take the fucking chance. It's amazing the things you do. Like I would wake up, like, you know, they say now, you got to eat breakfast. I would do coke. I would wake up. I didn't want fucking breakfast. I wouldn't eat nothing until like 5 o'clock. No wonder you get to be a fat fuck. But now you get up and you're supposed to kick your metabolism open and eat something right away. You know, I remember I used to drink soda for fucking breakfast. That's like instant death, because a can of Coke, like a red can, fuck diet. That's what pussies for. If you're gonna bang out, listen, you want to live like a doctor, you open up a can of Coke and a Marlboro Red and open that motherfucker without brushing your teeth, then come talk to me right there. Those guys live till whatever. But I would have like a can of Coke, and I heard that's the worst thing in the world, because it just makes your body crave sugar the rest of the day when you open up with a fucking Coke and a buttered roll.
Well, it's about 40 to 50 grams of sugar, depending on the size. And, you know, it's going to give you that crazy energy rush, and then it's going to drop your blood sugar, which you're going to crave some more sweets to kind of get your energy back up. I mean, it's just like a natural process where your body's going to crave that energy, that quick energy, because it took a dive so fast. So, yeah, that pretty much explains it. But yeah, I mean, you do want to have a lot of carbs when you wake up in the morning. That's when you're really carb sensitive, because you've been fasting during your sleep. And so it really depends on your schedule. If you work out first thing in the morning, or if you're just going to head off to work, or you're just going to, you know, lounge around. It really depends. But you should have the majority of your carbs first thing in the morning, before you work out, and after you work out.
Now, John wants 33% of your carbs before the workout or before you leave the house.
I think he wants 30% or around 30% before and after your workout. And then at other times, it's really up to you. But my personal belief is breakfast, pre-workout, and post-workout is really when you really need your carbs. You're not going to need it at night when you're just, you know, kind of hanging out. You're not going to need any kind of energy at that moment. You know, I mean, you can have different forms of carbs, but you're going to need more like fast digesting and the bulk of your carbs pre-workout, post-workout, first thing in the morning.
Do you still enjoy food? It just seems like it's so like scientific to you. Like I can't imagine just eating chicken and rice and broccoli for 80 straight meals. I mean,
I do. I enjoy it very much. In fact, leading up into my contest, I had a couple of binges where I got a little scared, because I just kept eating like candy and stuff like that, and the button just wouldn't turn off, and I'd just kind of eat for an hour or two. But my metabolism was so fast at the time, it really didn't do anything. It may have halted my progress for the day or two, but it didn't really cause any kind of crazy weight gain. But yeah, I mean, I still struggle with food and cravings and stuff like that. Not so much right now, but pre-contest, yeah, that's when your metabolism is just revving, and yeah, you're craving everything in the book, you know.
I was thinking about doing the surgery. They called the other day, I got approved. So I got to call the doctor back with a date, and then he's going to call me, and I'm going to talk to him, we get on the scale or whatever. I don't really want to do that fucking thing, you know. But I went to a couple meetings, and I did learn a few things from the meetings. And, you know, there's something about us, especially us guys, you know, not this fucking skinny fuck over here sitting there. This guy could eat fucking in and out right now and lose weight.
Yeah,
tomorrow,
he really could, yeah. He
does. You know, I love you, but there's just people who could eat whatever the fuck they want, and there's some
assholes.
You know, and my thing I didn't get heavier till at my 30s. But let's get something straight that Lee has a problem with, I had a problem with, and I know Curtis has a problem with or had. It's the mind of a fatty. Listen, Curtis, I'm going to look you in the face and tell you, if some chick calls me right now, and says, I'm going to suck your dick with a fucking peanut in your hole and take the allergies away from the next fucking child.
That's a good call.
Right? Or I'm going to make you the best 2 lobsters you've ever had. I'm going to make you chicken cutlet parmesan like you like it. I got dessert here for you. You know, bro, most American young guys would go, they wouldn't even think of the food. I'm the type of guy that would think if I had a joint in the fucking car. Like, if I got a joint in the car, I'm going to eat. I get a blowjob anytime. But a chef to make that for him, that's the mind of a fatty.
Yeah.
when I wake up in the morning, I have my day in my mind. But I'm also planning on my menu as I'm pissing in the fucking shower. As the shampoo's in my head and I'm pissing in that hole, I'm thinking about the egg I'm going to have for breakfast.
Planning the menu's the best.
And the potato. We plan the menu. We all do. We fantasize. Yeah. This fucking guy, he was going for him and his girlfriend 30 days, 90 days on a diet. They lost 80 pounds together. And they did the, I tortured them. But in my mind, I know the mind of a fatty. They went to, barbecue wings. They went to Pizza Rev and something else. All on the roll, like disgusting motherfuckers.
No. Okay, let me set it up from a less high person. So we lost like 70, 80 pounds each. We started in June. It was for Valentine's Day. And we used to love to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. We used to love getting what was it?
BJ's?
In-N-Out. In-N-Out
and
for lunch.
BJ's, the fucking cookie,
which is a killer. So that was all the stuff that we missed. So after losing 80 pounds that's what we did for Valentine's Day. But oh my God, especially when I'm high, that set me back. I probably would have lost 40 more pounds if it wasn't for this stuff. Because I'll go home from nights like this, and I'll have 2-3 dinners. It's just crazy.
But at the end of the day, us three have the mind of a fatty.
Always.
And that's the first switch before the diet kicks in. That was the main thing. Is really, and then some people, you fight the mind of the fatty. Some people just go, like me. Listen, I've had 1 million chicken cutlets. I've had them by people that can't even speak the language, the shitty ones. How many more chicken cutlets do I need? How many more, my drug of choice, besides getting my dick sucked in cocaine, my third drug of choice is New York Super Fudge Chunk. You just take the whole thing, let it melt a little bit. While you roll the joint, you leave it on the stove. Like your wife cooked dinner, but you just put it on the stove when it's still warm. You roll that fucking number, you heat that motherfucker up. You have like Bullets Over Broadway or something on HBO, because that's the mind of the fatty. The fatty will throw the movie in to trick you to eat something. Well, I have to eat something. Lethal Weapon's on. How the fuck am I not going to eat Prince is on? You know what I'm saying? Fucking the original Longest Yard is on. What the fuck do you mean you ate that pizza for fuck? I thought it was leftovers. That's the mind of a fatty. Yep. And that's what we have to switch first. Once that switch is gone, and I had to work on it. When I lived in Jersey, where, at 2 a.m, guys, I could look you in the face and go, we go to the Greek diner and have a cheeseburger deluxe or an open steak sandwich, the best you've ever had. Or we're 8 minutes from New York City. We go to Chinatown. A fuck left New York. People always go, did you leave because of the warrants? I left because of availability of 2 things that would kill me. And food. They would kill me. If I could go to New York, you want a Cuban sandwich? Victor's Cafe is open till 5. Last time I was in Victor's Cafe, Roberto walked in with lines of coke in his nose. His nose was fucking pale white, like somebody had just put paper in his nose, with a suit on, with blood on it, going to get in your door at 3 a.m. And I go, Curtis, open the fucking door. What do you mean? Joey, it's 3 a.m. Get the fuck out of here. Curtis, I brought tacos from the chicharron with potato. You would actually fucking open the door and tell me I'm a cunt, but you're lucky you brought the tacos over. Come on in. You bring rolling papers too? I got no rolling paper. That's the fatty. That's what we have. That's the worst disease we have.
Yes.
When I talk to you, when I wake up in the morning, I know my menu. Your wife ever come up to you and go, I'm going to Ralph's. What do you want from Ralph's? What the fuck do I know? It's Tuesday. I know what I want today. Tomorrow, I don't know. When I wake up, from that flavors and they come in my mouth. Ooh, some fucking meatloaf with mozzarella in there with some fucking mashed potatoes and some cream corn.
Oh, nice.
That's the mind of cream corn, dog.
Regular corn?
That's for amateurs. Put the cream in there. We're fatties, you fuck. That's what we're talking about. Anybody can eat cream corn. You can join the Marine or go to prison and get regular corn. I'm talking about cream corn. That's what fat people do.
Isn't that just in cans on the shelf?
Who gives a fuck? You put butter and salt on that motherfucker, and it's, magic. You dope up cream corn with some fucking pepper and some butter.
You give me shit for hummus.
Huh?
You give me shit for liking hummus.
Listen, please. Don't get me started. I'm having a nice time with Curtis here.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Yeah, my goal each and every day is just to not gain weight, and I'm just trying to maintain at the moment. But it's so easy for me to gain weight. I mean, I just I look at food, and I put weight on. And it's good if I'm trying to put muscle on, but it doesn't always just go to your muscle, and it's one of those things where I like I said, the goal right now is to not gain weight each day and to not go ape shit and get a pizza. Like I want to eat pizza every day. I want to eat chocolate cake and fucking chocolate milk and donuts and all that shit.
If you could wake up
day.
with no guilt, what would be your ideal menu? Kick it. Breakfast. Ideal. I'm gonna ask you too, Lee. Look at
I'm
Lee.
thinking
He's
about
turning
it.
pale right now. Hit me. What's your ideal fucking day? The real deal. You don't smoke weed.
Occasionally.
If somebody has a bone, you'll
Yeah.
fucking. How you feeling over there? Right? You
I'm
want a little
fucked
piece?
up.
I didn't talk to you, cocksucker. I'm talking to our guest. I don't give a
I'm
fuck
sorry.
about you. My goal.
I feel good. Thank you.
Thank you. So you want another piece?
I'm fine.
You can't walk on one leg. All right. What's your ideal day, Tarzan? Hit me.
Ideal breakfast would definitely be Krispy Kreme donuts.
Jesus Christ.
Just a whole box of the original glazed, or
That's easy too. Those are like light, delicious.
yeah. I mean, I could easily eat the whole fucking box too, and or go to a pancake house, get a bunch of fucking chocolate chip pancakes, some crispy bacon, maybe a bowl of chili, maybe like 5 eggs over easy, hash browns, all that.
This
shit.
is with the crispy donuts?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
yeah, it could be at the same time, or maybe just wait a little bit and have round 2 for breakfast. I mean, yeah, that's what I really want for breakfast.
Lunch.
Lunch would be, I would have to say pizza. It would just have to be pizza from Pizza Mania in Whittier.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, or Gondolas in La Mirada is probably the best pizza I've ever had.
What do you get? Pineapples and pepperoni?
I get pepperoni, sausage, olive, extra sauce. Yeah.
Extra sauce?
Couple
Extra
wings
sauce.
while you're there?
Yeah, get some wings too. Get some barbecue wings, or maybe the mild ones. With some maybe some ranch.
No blue cheese. Take those cheese chunks out of that motherfucker. What's the snack? Afternoon snack. You had lunch. It's 3:30. You smoke a half a bone. You go to your buddy's house.
Oh, this is gonna kill me tonight.
Have a snack. I would say the snack, probably some nachos. Make some nachos with. I always like Velveeta cheese.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I can't do the regular cheese. There's just something special about the Velveeta cheese.
I was a king in high school of tortilla chips with just the shredded cheddar or Mexican blend that you put on top. I'd do like 6 layers of them. Oh my god.
Dinner.
Dinner, probably lasagna or maybe some enchiladas somewhere. But either Mexican or Italian.
Now, one question for Lee, real quick. This whole bodybuilding world, fat losing world, Mexican menus offer nothing for that world, correct, Mundo? If you're trying to lose weight, Mexicans don't have anything that's fat free. Nothing. I've thought Weight Watchers, you go to the Mexican sector and it just has a skull and 2 bones.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can always maybe get some carne asada or some chicken and maybe some beans and rice. Not the refried beans, but maybe just some even the rice.
The rice, the Mexican rice
Even
is
the
a
Mexican
killer.
rice.
They put butter in it.
Yeah.
They put it's 8. I think it's 8 points for a half a cup for
Yeah.
Weight Watchers. Lee,
What's up,
your
buddy?
ideal fucking day. Breakfast, hit it.
All right.
The truth.
I agree with the chocolate chip pancakes and bacon, or I love fast food. Like that's gonna be a lot of mine. If you could get like an egg sandwich, but I like McDonald's hash browns, like they're crispy. I don't like the potatoes grilled up their hash browns. Those aren't hash browns. I like to take the hash brown and put it in the sandwich. That's my breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Juice, soda.
I love Diet Coke with breakfast, but no, if it's my ideal, orange juice.
All right, lunch. While we're young.
Yeah, I'll say go to the counter, like a nice burger place. Get like a nice cheeseburger with bacon, egg on top, fries, That's pretty good.
Snack, first one of the day.
I really like those nachos. I used to do those nachos all the time. Like I said, like maybe like chocolate chip cookies or Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its were my shit.
Dinner.
Cheez-Its. Chinese food, General's chicken with some dumplings and an egg roll, and then you gotta have some dessert.
Late night.
Peanut M&Ms or just a peanut butter sandwich. I love peanut, like just 2 pieces of wheat bread with a peanut butter on each side, and it's just that same. Oh,
Ideal food for Uncle Joey. You ready?
okay.
Breakfast: 2 eggs, sunny side up. 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of white bread with heavy duty butter on those motherfuckers. 3, 4 pieces of bacon and some potatoes fried to the max with Frank's hot sauce on it.
Oh, nice.
All right, and some juice and maybe a can or 2 of Coca-Cola. All right, fucking lunch. I gotta do pork fried rice, heavy duty, shrimp and lobster sauce, 2 egg rolls, couple appetizers, and fucking 3 or 4 cans of Coke. That's life right there. With maybe at the end a glass of water just to clean out the digestive tract. The first snack of the day. A salami and American cheese sandwich on white with mustard.
What kind of mustard?
Yellow, white people mustard. American yellow. The bland shit. No, you don't even need the spicy mustard. For dinner, maybe 6 or 7 fried chicken cutlets, breaded with mashed potatoes, with fucking tons of butter in it, salt and pepper, some cream corn, and some fucking cranberry juice with some club soda over ice cubes. You understand me? Going deep. Then after you get home at night, this is what I could settle for. This is my ideal day. A nice thin vanilla shake at night right before you hit the crib like a doctor with some fucking Breyer's ice cream with the black little dots in it. Mm-hmm. But the truth, my late night dish, open steak sandwich on white bread with a little butter on the bread with the gravy from the steak dripping on the bread over motherfucking steak fries. You understand me? With a cream of turkey soup to open up and a milkshake on the way out. Oh, that's Uncle Joey's fucking utopia right there. That's my utopia. If I could find a bar that would serve till 2, because about 2:30 is when I get the irking for a nice steak. Anybody could go to sleep with a fucking hot cocoa or a fucking, let me get the tea, the Grey Poupon. Listen, bitch. In this fucking house, we're doing a fucking T-bone. You know, I grew up in a Cuban house, and my mom would come home at 3 and go, "You hungry?" And within 30 minutes, there'd be a 4-course fucking meal, you know. And you eat that shit, and there's only one way to go, is to bed. You eat one of those meals at 3 in the morning, there ain't no fucking exercise or burning glycogen or nothing. You're hitting glycogen after that one pull of the fucking helmet. Because a good whacking off after a good meal late night, like at 4 in the morning, you close that door, wait till your mom closes her door, you put that little lock on your door and take that Playboy out and you beat that dick up for 20 minutes and shit. You get that little diabetic rush and shit. It's all over. Lee, fuck it. You can't walk on one leg. All right, so now,
oh my gosh,
you hook up with John. It's August. What's the first competition you're looking at?
So the first one I was looking at was the Gold Coast Championship in February, this past February. But John didn't think I'd be ready for that. He likes to take his time. He doesn't like to crash diet people. He likes to... He's shooting for about 1 to 2 pounds of fat loss per week. So he just didn't think I'd be ready. And so I said, okay, how about the San Diego Championships in March? And he said, okay, I think we could probably do that. And yeah, from there, I mean, looking back on it, I don't know how I got into such amazing shape so fast. I mean, I started out at about 19% body fat in August and got down to about 5 to 6 on the day of the show. And yeah, it was crazy.
What was your training regimen at first?
At first, it was a combination of upper and lower, basically strength training days, and then take a day off, maybe do some cardio, like some high intensity cardio on that day, Also do cardio on the upper and lower days. And then the other 3 days that I would lift for the remaining of the week would be more kind of like time under tension. So you'd kind of do like slower movements. You would you do slow negatives on the way down, and then explosive movements on the way up. So concentric, eccentric. So basically, I guess you can call them like polishing off kind of movements, going for the pump, stuff like that. And it worked great. That program is an awesome program that John came up with, I guess, or maybe, mastered. But yeah, it definitely worked for me. I was doing a program similar to that before I started with him. So it's just the full upper body and the full lower. That's pretty tough. I mean, you'll be in the gym.
Upper on Monday and the lower on Tuesday, and then
Yeah.
a day off for cardio, and then Thursday again, and Friday again, and 2 days off.
It would be Thursday would be back and shoulders. Friday would be legs, just not going as heavy. And then Saturday would be chest and arms. So you would hit each body part twice in that week. But one day you're doing it really heavy. You're really, really lifting heavy, kind of lower sets, lower reps. And then the second time you do it, you're doing higher sets, higher reps, and of course lower weight. But it's it works. It just I think it's the combination of the different muscle fibers you have, and how lifting heavy you're gonna promote that growth, that muscle growth. And then kind of when you lift lighter but more reps, it's just more of getting blood in the muscle. And I guess you're still stimulating growth, but it's more of kind of a fat burning movement at that moment. But I don't know, whatever it is, whatever the exact science is, it fucking works.
So you did that. You went from 260 to what at this point?
So I went from 260, basically between August and the day of the show. Well, between August and February, I went down 30 pounds. So I went down to about 230, but I was getting way too flat, way too small. So I started eating a little bit more. I was on maybe about 100 grams of carbs a day, and I was lifting pretty heavy, and I was doing cardio 8 days a week, or 8 times a week. So one of the days would be 2 cardio sessions and a weightlifting session. So John was really having me, he was killing me. And I said, I kind of took things into my own hands towards the end, and I just started kind of feeding myself a little bit more. And I did what a lot of bodybuilders do, and they kind of grow into their show. So they'll be ready a few weeks before the show. They'll drop all the fat they need to drop, and then they'll start incorporating like more carbs into the mix, and you kind of fill out your muscles, and you get a little bit bigger and fuller on the day of the show. And that's what I did. And he doesn't know that, but I had to take things in my own hands, because I feel at the end of the day, your body better than anyone else.
Well, what combined with his knowledge, mixed,
Right.
somewhere in the middle, it'll work out for you. Now, you have a posing coach, a diet coach.
Yeah, I have a
Well,
posing
John
coach.
is diet and strength conditioning, but you also have a posing coach.
Yeah, I have a posing coach. His name's Stevie Rivera. He works at Elite Fitness Zone in the city of Orange. He's a former Mr. California, and guy's just an amazing posing coach. I mean, I can't dance. I have no rhythm, anything like that. I came in there stiff as hell, probably about 7 weeks out, and he worked with me, and I had a pretty good routine out of it, pretty fluid, and I had some rhythm up there, and really kind of polished me off in terms of my posing. So I'm thankful for that. I mean, it's amazing all the different kind of coaches and things that you need to do a bodybuilding show. So I had John, which was my nutrition and basically weightlifting coach. I had a posing coach. I'd get massages, so I'd have this lady that would give me a massage every week, nothing extra, nothing like that. But Just I would go tan.
What do you get graded on, I guess, when you're bodybuilding? Like, what are you trying to improve?
One of the most important things is symmetry. So you kind of want everything to be even. You want both sides of your body to match up. So you don't want your biceps to be the biggest thing on you, and it doesn't match up with your triceps and your shoulders and your chest. You kind of want everything to be proportioned. And then conditioning. When you step on stage, you want to be no more than like 6%, 7% body fat. And then, of course, you want to be big, too. So you want to be big, proportion, and in shape. And then, of course, tan and posing and all that stuff comes into play, too. But it's today it's more of a size game. Conditioning, the athletes in the sport today, they're kind of lacking in their conditioning. They're just mass monsters. But
what do you mean when you say conditioning? Because like when you're watching a football game, you think conditioning, or at UFC, and they don't have like the energy to fight or to play the game. Why do you need so much energy like for this? I understand while you're working out, but during the competition, like how can they tell?
What I mean by conditioning is like how conditioned the muscle, I guess, looks. So,
okay.
Yeah, just the appearance of it, because bodybuilders in all reality really aren't the greatest athletes. I mean, for example, I went on a run yesterday. I could barely run. I mean, I was huffing and puffing. And right now, I mean, I'm probably at about 9-10% body fat at the most, and I could barely run. I mean, my cardio, it's just different forms of cardio. You know, bodybuilders are definitely not performance athletes. You know, it's just there's just certain ways to get your body fat super low, and bodybuilders know how to do that. But it's in terms of actual energy and performance and stamina and stuff like that, it's very lacking.
Well, the muscles need a lot of oxygen.
Yeah,
and, to keep those motherfuckers alive. Like, what's his name? What was the black guy in the UFC that came out killing motherfuckers? Alexander. Remember the guy from Omaha, Nebraska? Black guy.
Yeah.
Looked like fucking Ken Norton. He came out, but he would gas out by the second fucking round. A lot of the big guys, because it takes a lot of oxygen. It takes a lot to keep those muscles fucking going. So, and you look at a guy like Curtis, and you're like, oh, he could probably run 10 miles. And he's saying he's huffing and puffing the same way you would probably huff and puff.
Right.
Because even the weight, when I run, I huff and fucking puff because, the weight.
I've done the elliptical almost 6 days a week, probably since June. And if I have to run to like catch a train or like a subway, nothing.
Well, everything requires different conditions. It's like when you kickbox.
But you think you're running when you're doing elliptical.
You think. I remember I used to kickbox at the place, and I was like, oh my God, I'm doing rounds. Like I'm doing 3-minute rounds with a minute breather and going back and doing. And all of a sudden I went to jiu-jitsu, and I thought I was going to fucking die.
Yeah.
Like I thought I was going to fucking die. Like everything, boxers have tremendous cardio.
Oh, yeah.
But they go on their back and shit, and it's a complete different fucking game. And you have to keep going to build that endurance up. You have to, so everything. But once you get to that conditioning for that one, like you could be, I think the best conditioning for me would be if I could like roll 10 5-minute fucking rolls, which I would have a heart attack. But I guarantee if I went to play basketball, I would gas out after 2 or 3 wind sprints.
What sport do you think was the hardest to train for? Like the hardest during practice?
For me as a child?
Yeah, or any time.
It depends. I had a freshman basketball coach that the first 4 weeks of practice, you didn't see a basketball.
Oh, yeah, just conditioning.
He just made you fucking run around like a gorilla, like the defense, like with your hands touching the floor, and he taught you defense and wind sprints. You have guys that believe, and if I was a football, conditioning's gonna win the fucking game. In the fourth quarter, who's going to win the game? The guys aren't breathing heavy. They don't have their hands on their heads. They don't have their hands on their waist.
Right.
So that's what you go for. So every to me, what I thought was the hardest, I saw was wrestling. I saw those kids in my wrestling high school. They ran stairs for 2 fucking hours. You leave to practice football, they'd be running. You come back, then they're running. Then they'd start wrestling, and the room would be 200 fucking degrees. I'd quit. I don't need this actually running fucking stairs. I walk up and down these motherfuckers all day with books in my hand.
I was never good, but I wrestled for 6 years. I've been going back and forth. I think football was harder for me. I only played 1 year. I played freshman year of high school, and those before those summer workouts when it was just those those drills with those pads. I think was worse than wrestling, at least for me.
That's tremendous.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with you. Grappling, like jiu-jitsu, was definitely jiu-jitsu and boxing were the toughest sports that I've ever tried to master.
Are you still jiu-jitsuing?
No, I haven't for about maybe a year and a half. But I was training almost every day, and I loved it. I was just getting these nagging like elbow injuries and shoulders. Some guy will try to do a fucking Americana on you and really crank your arm. And you get fucked up in that sport. And I mean, it's really fun. And I mean, you're a bad motherfucker after you've done it for a few months and you kind of get your wind and you get some skills. I mean, the greatest feeling was choking a guy out for the first time, rolling. But I mean, it just kind of eats away at you, at your joints, I mean, I was 30 years old when I first started, so there's a lot of young guys in the class.
A lot of young guys. That's what I go twice a week. That's all my body can handle. It's with the lifting and the kettle. It's fucking tough. It's tough. It's
really tough. I mean, I really enjoy it. Hopefully, one of these days I can get back into it. Maybe kind of, ease back into it. Boxing was really. I mean, I couldn't spar for more than a minute. I mean, that boxing, you're getting hit. And you're throwing punches, and it's just very taxing. Very taxing. So those are definitely the toughest sports that I have ever done. And I've played basketball in high school. I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. I've trained for certain runs and weightlifting, bodybuilding, stuff like that. And jiu-jitsu and boxing are definitely the toughest. Or MMA basically would be the toughest sport, I'd say.
Now, this contest, how much did it mean to you? This was your first fucking contest. Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was nervous. I was very nervous, actually. But I just felt like the closer I got to the contest, the more support that I had. I had no idea all the people that were kind of following me on Facebook,
yeah,
Instagram.
I was following. I was really interested. I was like, wow, this guy's looking... Just the story's great. 360, 230... in a bodybuilding contest. At that point, don't matter even if you fucking place, even if you come in last. It's just doing what you did. That was mind-boggling to me. I love all this shit. I love when, we live in a country right now that's fat, but at the other side, we're lazy. How many times you go to the gym and you see a guy that's trying to lose weight? He ain't doing nothing.
No.
He's dicking around. He's doing a couple bench presses, and you want to say something, but then you're like, it's none of my fucking business. I'm struggling too, but it's really weird when you learn how to work out, and when you learn what works for your body, and you start shedding the pounds, and you're like,
and you get that momentum going, and it just starts coming off so fast. Yeah, it was an unbelievable transformation because I never thought in a million years I would look the way I looked. I was always hopeful, and I saw glimpses of potential, and I had, like I said, hopes and dreams and stuff like that. And I was confident, but I really had no idea. I mean, I always carried a lot of fat, like in my chest and my stomach. I never had a six-pack in my life. I never thought I could get one. And I ended up getting one, except for like the lower part. I did have some loose skin, but what are you going to do about that? And then my chest, I always had, what they would call man boobs my whole life. And then all of a sudden, the closer I got to the show, it just started kind of shaping up into like a nice, well-rounded chest. And I never thought in a million years. I always thought, I'd have to get some surgery or, I'd have to get like some fucking body sculpting or something like that.
And you have a day job.
Yeah.
And you also are in school trying to get a master's degree.
Yeah, and I'm a full-time student pursuing my master's degree in sports exercise psychology. And I have a girlfriend and, family. I live with my dad. And yeah, I mean, I have a lot going on. There's a lot of shit going on, so it's not the easiest thing to do to prep for a bodybuilding contest when you have to go to work and then you got to go to school. You know, you have no energy for anything. You know, and then you got to write a report, or you got to deal with some customer at work, or you know, your girlfriend wants to go out. You know, she wants to do things. You know, and it's like your energy is just not there, and it's tough. You get spread really thin. But
people always send me emails. I answer emails on Sundays, and people always ask me, you know, hey man, when are you gonna have a listener come on the fucking show or whatever? I know you're not a listener, but I knew you years ago, and I gotta tell you something, I'm really proud of you, and I wanted to put you on the show because people always bitch, bro. You know, people always bitch about what they can't sacrifice and they could and what they can't. And look at all this shit you do. This is your first contest and you pull a 5th overall and 2nd in your weight class.
yeah,
You know, you could do anything. People could fucking do anything. And it's amazing once you put your mind, like I said, once we realize we've got the mind of a chubby, let's turn that off. Let's switch it a little bit. Instead of waking up and wanting a cheese sandwich, let's not think about the menu. Let's think about fucking getting my dick sucked or smoking a joint. Something different, you know. And then going to the gym is something completely different. Like walking into a gym when you're fat, I've been doing it for the last 10 years. It's embarrassing, and then you get like this edge of respect. People are like, hey man, you know what? You're in here. They don't have to say it to you. Every once in a while you get some dickhead that walks around like, you know, he did 3 push-ups. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. You know, I'm talking about when people see you, they go, hey man, so what? You came in here with a fucking t-shirt on, you got big titties, and you know, you smell like fucking ice cream and bacon. You know, because when you're on that treadmill, you could smell the food coming out of your fucking pores.
Ice cream and bacon.
Fucking shit. That's what fat people eat. What do you think? They're at home eating celery sticks and fucking, you know, nobody sweats out fucking celery sticks and fucking granola. You know,
my mistake.
Fat people smell out like ice cream and chocolate and fucking peanut butter and fun shit, you know. You smell a fat dude's neck by like 7 o'clock. And see what it smells like. It don't smell like dirt or sweat. It smells like fucking the 7-Eleven candy counter. Like when you walk on that fucking counter, minus the fucking dude behind the counter. Hold on 1 second. Let me give some shout out to you. And we'll get you out of here. I know you guys got a long ride back. What, cocksucker?
Sniff a fat man's neck.
Yeah, you smell a fat. I used to, bro, I remember when I was 400 pounds, like when I was doing blow. After I got clean and I started exercising, I was throwing away shirts one day. And I found a bunch of fat man shirts. And you could see, like, you ever see a coffee filter? That's what my armpits were sweating. Yeah. Like, God knows, there was McDonald's burgers and fucking tacos, from, you know. Because I used to do comedy for 10 different reasons at night. Like when Rudy Moreno or Felipe and those guys called me and said, we got a Mexican room for you. I'd go for the 50 fucking bucks, yeah. And I'd go for the comedy and the art. Yeah, that's great too. Mm-hmm. But I knew on the way I could get a fucking tremendous rock of Coke in Mexicanaville for $20. And I always stopped at King Taco. When you're planning gigs around the menu, that's when you know you're a fucking fat fuck. You know, I'm going to Houston in 4 fucking weeks. Only fat people go to Houston. That's what fat people buy clothes. Fat people in California, like if you're a fat dude in California and you buy a 2X, you're going to die. Like, they really make a 2X. Go to Texas and get a 2X. You can fit a fucking family under that shirt. Because they don't make you feel guilty. We want you to be a fat fuck. I'm going to Texas in 3 weeks. That's why I don't want to bring you, Lee. You'll bust.
I will.
You snapped in Austin. I can't imagine what
I didn't snap. I went to get one
thing.
They
got fucking pizza from New York and in Houston. They got Auntie Chang's Dumpling Palace. That's the name of the restaurant.
That sounds amazing.
Auntie Chang's Dumpling Palace.
I killed, because they're not that bad calorie-wise. I don't know if they're bad for your macros.
Yes, they're fucking bad for everything. There's pork and cat in there.
No, do you ever see a fat Asian person?
Because they do Kung Fu and Tai Chi. You don't do either.
It's Japanese, it's like that kind of food, Asian food, and Mediterranean food. You don't get fat eating that. That's...
Leo, why you insulting me? They do Kung Fu
Name
and
one
Tai
fat
Chi.
Chinese person you know.
Bolo. All right, enough said. All right, fucking. What's the dude who had the TV show? He was an Enter the Dragon. In the beginning, Bruce Lee chokes him. That's fucking Ben, whatever his name was. He hung out with a whole bunch of people. Anyway, why are we bringing personalities into the fucking deal? How about a shout out to my main fucking ISIS dude, Hamil Haddad?
Main motherfucking ISIS.
Hamil, I love you, cocksucker. Paul Lynch, I love you. Jamie Stanley, Laya Hernandez, John Robinson, A.B. Rincon, Tony Mack, John Wolf G, always there for me, and Lance Armstrong, fucking Junior, whatever. He's not related to the fucking steroid guy. He's like his second cousin or something. Who gives a fuck? What, cocksucker? What are you looking at all beady-eyed for? Like
You gave me so much.
You
My eyes are
motherfuckers.
closed
All
shut.
you Jews get all creepy after Wednesday before Easter. You start acting all weird and you start
Scheming.
looking at me and scheming and shit like that. No, man, what you did was fucking tremendous. What you did was tremendous. And I'm sorry I didn't know your journey because I would have had Lee down there. We would have all been shooting it. We would have had a documentary now. This would have gone to Sundance.
Thank you, Joe.
This would have gone to fucking Sundance.
I appreciate that.
360 pounds, to 230 and listen, like I said, just showing up. Like last Sunday, I went to, my buddies are all blue belts, and they had a blue belt tournament at my own school. I went over there. And they were like, one guy was pissed because he lost in the second round. I go, you don't see me with a gi, huh? You're here. That's amazing. These little fucking steps become big steps. Hopefully in 2 years you'll be in the Grand Prix.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to. I'm really trying my best, and I'm really gonna see how far I can go with this. And the next step is winning a show. The next step is going to nationals, and then maybe becoming pro. You never know. But I'm giving it my all. I mean, I gave it everything that I had, everything. And I spent a long part of my life not really trying to do anything, not really shooting for the stars, or not really attempting to do much. I'd go to school, this and that, great, that's fine. But I never really had a passion. I never really had something to work towards and give my all to. And like I said, it's been a lot of years just fucking around, and now I feel like I'm really alive. I wake up every morning with purpose and a goal, and it's amazing. And just the amount of people and their support. And like I said, I never thought I had so many supporters. And it's just, when I was I was never going to quit, but when I had my moments of weakness and wanting to quit and wanting to give up, I just always thought of the people that I was inspiring, or the people that really had my back and were supporting me, and I didn't want to let anyone down. So where I kind of started to kind of peter out, that's where everyone's support kind of lifted me up. And I couldn't have done it without everyone.
Did you have sponsors for this show or anything?
No.
This was an amateur show, totally, all the way.
Yeah. Definitely just an amateur show. Had a lot of help from my father. Had a lot of help from my girlfriend. A lot of help from friends, But yeah, just an amateur show. And like I said, work full time, go to school. So everything I had, I dumped it all into that. Every ounce of energy that I had, I put it into that. So I got a little obsessive, maybe a little too focused, neglected some things, some relationships and whatnot. But hey, I did what I had to do, and that's what it takes. That's what it takes to be the best, and that's what it takes to pursue your dream. Is you just gotta give it all you got.
When you make an omelet, you're gonna break a few fucking eggs, and it's really weird that you said that when you go for your goal and you look at what's important and you go, you know what, I'm gonna do this. Usually got a sacrifice. Usually there's sacrifice involved. Somebody suffers. I look at myself and I'm like, yeah, I'm 325 fucking pounds and whatever. I remember moving to this town, I was 240. Was I eating fucking healthy? No, I wasn't eating at Burger King. But I always liked good food. I spent the extra $10 for a nice piece of fish, whatever. But I got so obsessed with comedy. my goal was a year. I came out to LA to be here a year, Curtis. I didn't know this ain't for me. I went to prison. Well, fucking, it's gonna put me on TV. Fucking, these people are nice people. They all had fucking nice childhoods. They all had lawns. I come from fucking hell. And these people are and after a year, you book a commercial and you stay out here. And I got so involved with comedy, I didn't even see the weight getting put on, and I didn't care. I didn't care. I just wanted to fucking do comedy. You know what? I'll walk to the comedy store. But if I walked in those days, that gave me the Subway sandwiches. Not that I ate Subway sandwiches.
Yes, you did.
I'm just saying that.
You just admitted it.
My wife told me the other day, she goes, there was a guy that used to come around with snow cones. She goes, you used to eat 3 fucking snow cones in the afternoon. You know how much sugar is in those fucking snow cones, those fresh ones from the thing, you didn't even, I didn't even think about that. I kept eating like I was 21. I had a friend when we were kids that would eat a box of cereal and an Entenmann's cake every fucking morning for breakfast. I wonder what that motherfucker looks like today. And I heard the stories until one day I went over to his house. I'm like, oh, let me eat breakfast over here. This guy, his mom would buy like 10 boxes of cereal for him for the fucking week. He would eat them at one shot.
Wow.
There's nothing better than that.
Jesus Christ, Lee.
Okay, tell me if you had a big bowl and a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which isn't that big of a box, do it like 2 or 3 and you keep adding milk.
I'm a Golden Grahams type of motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or I didn't like Count Chocolate, and I didn't like there was one that the milk turned chocolate, but it was perfect. You could taste the diabetes. You could just taste the diabetes.
Cocoa Pebbles or
Cocoa Pebbles.
Cocoa Puffs.
Count Blackula. I didn't like fucking Count Chocula Blackula.
It's an entirely different cereal.
Nah, that's Blackula's a fucking movie, a black exploitation movie, cocksucker. What's the future? What do you want to do? Like, what's the next contest?
Well, I want to compete in a contest before the end of the year. Get it done before the holidays. Because I told my girlfriend I would not compete during the holidays, to enjoy that family time. And, she's very traditional Mexican, and they like to eat, and I love to eat too. And, I promised her I wouldn't compete during that time. So before that time, get a show done, graduate, get my master's, and then market myself as a personal trainer. Pursue my doctorate. I'm in the process of getting NASM certified to become a personal trainer. So it's only a matter of a few months to actually get my certification. But
what don't you do? You should be like half Jamaican. What don't you do? You got 18 fucking things going on, brother. And this is it. This is what, everybody wants a day off in this country. There's no days off.
No, never.
What day off are you talking about? That's for fucking people who, don't want to give a fuck. They want to walk around with sandals on and eat hummus. Who the fuck is, which one of my freaks? I don't know you, cocksucker. Don't be calling me no more. Let me just do these things. Hey, listen, man, I brought you on here because you inspired the fuck out of me. I had to hit you up and tell you my situation, and you hit me up with John, and it's been great. I love this little routine I have with John. It's helped me a lot. I feel fucking stronger.
Yeah.
Last Thursday in jiu-jitsu was possibly my best day in 2 years.
Oh, very nice.
The deadlifts, like I was telling you before, the deadlifts send my body into a different realm. Those first couple weeks, it was just... the first 2 weeks, I had to pull a Lee. I had to go home, have the protein shake, and go to sleep.
And just shut off.
And just go to sleep. It just destroyed my sides, my shoulders, my leg. I wouldn't be sore the next day. Just for that minute. I always stretch out and do it afterward. What's the deal with the protein powder? Right out, like whenever I drink 2 protein shakes in a day, like let's say I'm in a rush and I make a protein shake, I don't lose weight that week. I got to only do one after my workout. Is that when you do it, after your workout?
Yeah, I usually just limit it to just after my workout, where your body really needs it. I mean, technically you could have one in the morning, but you don't really need a protein shake at any other time of the day. But just when you break down that muscle and you need to repair.
And they said to put the kitchen sink in there. Banana for carbs, a little fucking sugar in there to get the sugars back or something. Somebody said, not like fucking a Boxley, like a teaspoon.
I think you were reading like a milkshake recipe.
I am. This is it. This is
no, but you can't put sugar in it, can you?
No, after the workout.
Oh,
after the workout, because
like
your body,
milkshake.
just a little bit. You know, Cuban people put salt in their fucking coffee. Tastes like dick, but it does something. It does some glycemic fucking thing. I don't know, Lee. What are you bothering me for?
Yeah, after your workout, you're definitely gonna want at least 40 grams of protein and then 40 to 50 grams of like fast digesting carbs. I always, like I said, I sometimes I'll have like candy corn or some Captain Crunch or maybe some ice cream.
What about banana and water?
Yeah, you could do
fuck
that too.
a banana.
Shut the fuck up, cocksucker.
If you could have Captain Crunch,
No,
you
you
have a
can't.
banana?
That's the problem. That's the mind of a chubby. You gotta fucking do the banana. People who eat bananas look like fucking Hercules here.
Yeah, but he eats Captain Crunch.
Because he's fucking picking up buildings part-time. When you pick up buildings part-time, you can eat fucking bananas and Captain Crunch and get your dick sucked. It's when you're chubbies like fucking me that you can't be doing everything. You drink water, you gain a pound. So, what else do you put in the protein powder for flavor?
There's this peanut butter powder. It's called...
Why would you do that to yourself? I might as well spray fucking butter like this Jamoke over here.
Well,
What
no,
happened
it's
at the gym?
It's PB. It's called PB2, or it's called Just Great Stuff. It's a peanut butter powder. It only has maybe about 1.5 grams of fat per 12 grams of a serving, and then it has maybe about 5 grams of carbs, 4 grams of protein. So it's definitely a lot lower in fat than regular peanut butter, and just adds that peanut butter taste. So you don't have to put a real scoop of peanut butter in there, but it tastes just as good. And so you have like a chocolate protein, some peanut butter powder, and then I always put some egg whites in there, and it tastes just like a chocolate peanut butter shake. I'll put just raw egg whites in there, so I just drink them.
Is that what yours is like, Joey?
Oh, yeah. That's what I want in my fucking milkshake. 2 fucking heart attack potentials. I used to make when I was really skinny and I was a young kid and I lift heavy, I used to make a Mac Daddy shake. I'd put some milk in that motherfucker, a half a thing of ice cream, some just protein. In those days, it was only Ben Weider protein, generic protein from fucking Pathmark. I would throw some protein in there, some wheat germs, 6 or 7 eggs, because I used to follow the Barbarian Brothers. They used to eat 30 fucking grams of protein per meal. You had to eat 5 meals. That's 150 grams of protein a day for you to get fucking yoked to death. They said they would eat 36 fucking hard-boiled eggs a day.
Oh,
I don't
gross.
ever want to be around those motherfuckers. What their asshole must smell like. They just have a brown spot in their fucking... Did I tell you how to throw a pair of underwear away?
Where? On the road?
No, I went to the fucking gym with like rotten ass, and I went to take a shower, and there's a skid mark. I didn't want my wife to see it, so I had to bury it under a diaper like a fucking...
Did you throw it away at your house? Or
No,
did you throw it away at the gym?
No, I went to the neighbor's house and asked him if I could do it over there. I threw it away in my fucking house, you fuck.
Oh, I thought you were showering at the gym.
No. I went to... Taking the shit and not wiped it completely, and you have that little hemorrhoid that sits under the tuck of your fat, and it skid marked at and I knew something was up because my ass was burning. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
You just picked up a diaper and like put it underneath?
Sure, who's gonna blame the diaper? Anyway, I'm just trying to tell you something. Looks like you gotta bother me. What else do you like? I like strawberries in the shake. I like bananas in the shake. When I have too many, now that he cut me down to 150, I don't put banana in the shake no more. I just put the protein, a little bit of fucking sugar, and that's it. And I make it a little small one, so the sugar hits it more. I like I use 2 different types of protein on it, which is 16 scoops of protein per gram. And then when I switch up to the shit from GNC. Okay. It's got the ripped. It's 40 and 2, and it's got 2,000 fucking milligrams of some amino acid to help me burn fat. That shit ain't working. It ain't working.
That sucks.
Yeah. So John has you on 150 grams of carbs a day.
Carbs for now. It was 185 or something. Then he put it down to 150. I got 50 of fat and 185 of protein.
Damn.
And I can't hit them. I can't hit the protein. I'm always fucked up with the carbs, but not too much. And I'm right there with the fucking with the meat unless if I have meat, it throws it all off. Like an 8-ounce patty, of meat. I was buying the box ones. I shit blood for 2 days. No more box ones. I get the ones from around Fresh and Easy. Got good ones too, but they're going out of business.
Right. They are?
Yeah, that's a goddamn. Me and Lee, a lot of times I go to the gym and shoot across the street to NoHo and get just a burger with some tomato slices and water. That's it.
But not even with a bun. You didn't get a bun.
I don't get the fucking bun. I've never been a hamburger guy. Listen, you get a good fucking burger. You dope that motherfucker up with some salt and pepper, maybe some garlic salt. You burn it nice in the grill. You don't need no fucking bun. That's for amateurs. It's really good, delicious, especially on the grill. The flavor stays inside. Tremendous. I'm telling you. Nice.
Yeah, I agree.
Really nice, a little hamburger with some tomato slices, a cottage cheese. I don't like cottage cheese. I'm just throwing it out there.
You tried to pass it off to me.
Yeah, they always give me cottage cheese. Like, my name is Mervin. Or some shit. Only Mervin eats fucking cottage cheese.
Oh, poor Mervin.
Whatever. It's always a Mervin that eats cottage cheese and fucking coleslaw with his burger. Man, I'm fucking super proud of you. And you're one of those guys I really wanted to put on. I really wanted to put on somebody from Facebook or Twitter that we've been around each other, and you're a fucking inspiration. You inspire me, and thank you for turning me on to John.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's working, man. I do 2 cardios a week on the Stairmaster, how he does it, 20 seconds and 40. Mm-hmm. And I got a great system. I go all the way up to 12, and I go backwards to 6, and all the way back up. I fucking like it, man.
Yeah.
And I burn a lot of calories, and then one day I love those kettlebells. So I just do swings and clean and jerks, and it's still like fucking 9,000 calories. You know, I go in the park, I sweat. I hate working out inside a couple of days. Like even jiu-jitsu some days I'm going and I go,
right.
I live in California. I don't want to be in fucking inside.
Yeah.
I go to North Hollywood Park. I take 2 35-pound kettlebells. I go for a farmer's walk. I'll swing one of them, then I'll clean and press them. I'll do some fucking sit-ups with an 8-pound ball. Boom, I'm out of there. I got some sun. I got bit by some red ants in the head. I was itchy like a motherfucker a couple weeks ago. But anyway, brother, yeah, you're a real inspiration. Where can people ask you questions? Facebook.
You can.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Why, you don't want to ask him questions? You don't, Lee, all the fucking dilemmas you have.
That's just a great way to say it.
Where
What can people ask you
questions?
questions?
People are going to fucking want to ask him questions, Lee. He's got a lot of answers to people.
Remember Jeremy had all the answers?
Yeah, he's got all the fucking answers, like Jeremy from ballcancer.com.
No, from the float tank.
Whatever.
The float tank.
Whatever, him too. Everybody got all the answers. Let's say it's like, I hit you up. I just hit you up. You impressed me so much, I had to hit you up. I just want to know what the fuck you were doing, man.
Yeah, and I'm glad you did, and thank you for all your support, and thank you for all your compliments. I mean, it really means a lot. And, you know, I miss the days of going to watch you perform at the Brea Improv, you know, me and Omar.
Omar, yeah.
You know?
We used to have some good fucking shows there on Wednesday night. We used to get some killers. We get stoned, banana bread.
That was a lot of
Mikey
fun.
used to bring a green chili burrito. They got to be fucking 2,000 carbs.
Least,
delicious. Those green chili fucking burritos.
How did you guys become friends? Because there's a lot of people who come to shows, but there are like 4 or 5 different people who started out coming to shows as like fans and then just became friends.
That's it, man. He did something that I saw that just I stuck with it. I wanted to see what he was doing. You know, there's some people who exercise and they make you feel bad. They go out to make fat people feel bad about it. Like, look at me. Who gives a fuck? But there's some people who just make comments and are subtle, and you did that. You weren't saying, look at me, I'm Johnny Alice. You were just saying, this is where I started, this is where I were. And after a while, I started just paying attention. You start paying attention to somebody who's making fucking straight. Hey, listen, the beauty of this, whether you're a bodybuilder, whether you want to play the piano, whether you want to be a fucking podcast producer, even if you just want to suck dick, whatever the fuck you want to do is you got to dive into it. Yeah. And you dove into it.
Absolutely.
That's it. That's it. That's the moral of this fucking story. Everybody's walking around out there, I don't know what my next move is. Find your passion, and you're sitting there going, Joey, you know, I've been doing everything. I haven't found my passion. Keep playing the ukulele. I don't give a fuck. There's something out there, man, that's going to take you away from your everyday fucking life. That 1 hour a piece. It's your world when you go in there with speakers on and you're lifting that heavy weight. And all of a sudden, like, you're not looking forward to being there. And all of a sudden, now you're up to back and you got 1 exercise left and your shirt's wet. And you took your mind off the fucking shit that's going on in your life or what's not going on in your life. That's what it's all about, man. That's what your passion's about.
Yeah, I mean, I love it every day. I love it. A lot of people, they dread going to the gym or working out, but I absolutely love it. And, you know, that's, if I could get paid just to go to the gym and work out, I would love that. You know, that's what I would do. That would be my job.
Now, you live in the Orange County area?
Yeah.
Listen, man, if you live in Orange County and you want to just ask questions, I mean, this is the time to sign up with a fucking personal trainer. He's not official yet, but I'm sure he's $10 cheaper than fucking Tony down the corner. He ain't going to give you no shit, and he's really doing it. So
I mean,
this is the guy I'd want in my fucking corner if I lived in fucking in Orange County. I'd go meet you at a park somewhere and do push-ups.
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much done it all. I mean, I've experienced every diet, every exercise plan. You know, I'm not out to make money off of anyone. I'm just here to help people. I mean, I needed a lot of help when I was first starting my journey. I had no idea what I was doing, and I learned a lot just by trial and error, and you know, making mistakes, and just doing a lot of reading, but mainly just making mistakes. And if I can help someone, kind of give them some advice so they don't have to make as many mistakes as I did, I'm more than happy to give back and really help people out. I mean, I'm not any better than any one of you who has a weight problem. You know, I mean, if I could do it, you most certainly can too, because I never had a leg up in terms of my genetics. I've been fat my whole life. You know, never had a six pack ever. And so if you want to get in shape, if you want just some general knowledge about nutrition, working out, I mean, whatever it may be, you can contact me on my Facebook, Curtis Salcido, or you can contact me on my Instagram. It's elmonstro83, or you can email me, Curtis_Salcido@yahoo.com. Last name Salcido. So you can contact me those 3 ways. I'll be more than happy to answer any type of question. If you guys just want to know if you want to get into bodybuilding, or you know, you have questions on what to do in terms of just overall health and fitness, I mean, I'm here to help. You know, I'm here to help. So, you know, don't hesitate to contact me. And always, you know, people contact me all the time, actually, on Instagram, Facebook, stuff like that, or even at the gym. And you know, I always try to make time for people. You know, and I never want to shut anyone out. You know, I will help every single last person if you guys need the help.
Thank you, brother, for coming on, and I wish you fucking nothing but love and luck. You're a fucking unadulterated genius for what you did, and I'm very proud of you. I'm sure a lot of people, you know, want to say, I want to look like that, and don't know where the fuck to start. So here's where to start, cocksuckers. Get off the couch, do a jumping jack, stop sitting there. Your life's passing through you, you fuck. Let me get some shout outs to some people, and we're gonna move on with our lives. I'll let you start your little fucking Easter weekend. You can go hunt eggs or whatever the fuck you want to do. Here you go to my main
Hunt
people.
eggs?
Whatever the fuck people do. They hide eggs and they jump up and down behind the bush, and the kid comes back with an egg with candy. And it's fun, Lee. You never did that? I'm sure you
I'm
look for
Jewish.
fucking candy, cocksucker.
I look
Anyway,
for the other places.
if you want to be like my man Tarzan over here, optimization. You understand me? You want to be the fucking king of swing, or you want to fucking sit there in the corner and wait for the fucking ugly chick to come get you? That's not going to happen. Go to honor.com right now. Check out their list of supplements and fucking weighted equipment, stuff to help you look mean, lean, and to be the 100% you. It's called Optimization. That's how we do it here. Go to honor.com. You're like, Joey, what do I start with? Get the Alpha Brain. Get the New Mood. Look at the Shroom Tech for a little energy. It's got those fucking mushrooms in them. Not that you're going to trip and see Indians. This is the good shit. This gives you some fucking lung power. Gives you an extra 15 minutes if you want to fuck somebody in the muffler so you don't tap out. Anyway, all jokes aside, listen, go to honor.com right now. There's a box. Order it. Stop fucking around. I'm going to give you 10% off today. Tomorrow too, but today is more important, all right? Go to honor.com, whatever you want. Go to the box and press in.
Church.
CHURCH. You know what? You get 10% off. They also have the Stay On It program. If you like what you fucking got, put your credit card, they'll mail it to you on the first. You'll be doing fucking whatever you want to do. Belly crawls, whatever the fuck you want to do, all right? Talking about belly crawls. Listen, you're sitting there at home. You're not doing nothing. You got a finger up your ass. You got no cable because you're fucking broke. But you know what? You got Roku. Go to Iron Dragon TV right now. Tonight's your night. You can start watching classic martial art films. You understand me? From early Jackie Chan to Jet Li, the fucking Iron Fist, the legend, the return of the fucking one-armed sword. They got it! That's my fucking point. You've been sitting there for years saying, you know what? I saw every horror movie. What's next in my life?
Yeah.
Classic Shut the fuck. Classic martial art films coming at you right now. Iron Dragon TV, the lead in 4K technology. Dave Foley, don't fuck around. You like Joey, how do I know? How do you know? I'm going to take care of you right now. Go to Iron Dragon TV right now and press in.
Joey.
Oh, shit, Joey, and get 2 free movies. Not one. I'm going to give you a deuce. Deuce, cocksucker. Get some popcorn, maybe a chocolate sundae. Get a joint, go out to the garage, smoke it with the cat, whatever the fuck you're into. Number 2, you're sitting there with those rotten fucking underwear you got on, like the ones I threw out. They were the last of the white ones. You're sitting there going, what's my next move? I can't even bring a broad over because these underwear look like fucking death and they smell even fucking worse. Tonight when you take your underwear off, smell the crease by your nutsack. Just smell it. Not even when they're dirty. Smell it when it's clean and see what you fucking smell. You're not going to have that. You know why? Because you're going to start with a whole new underwear. MeUndies, they don't fuck around. Listen, man. The best underwear out there. I go to jiu-jitsu, I got MeUndies on. I go to the gym, I got MeUndies on. Why? Because the elastic band holds on to my fat little fucking waist. You understand me? Like Elvis. And every time I bend over, you don't have to see butt crack. Number 2, I love them to work out because it pulls the moisture away from my nutsack. My balls are fucking magnifique. You understand me? If I go to a gay bar, I can take them out and somebody will suck them with pride because I got MeUndies. That's how I fucking. Don't take it from me. Go to MeUndies.com right now. Look at the page of what they got. They got men and women underwear right now. Go to MeUndies right now and press in.
Joey.
Boom! And what do they get? 20% off and free shipping in Canada and the United States. Am
Correct.
I bullshitting you?
You're not bullshitting.
I'm not bullshitting you. You're looking at me going, Joey, what do I need those underwear for? You want a sling dick? You got to look like 100% from the inside out, cocksucker. It all starts in the inside, all right? I'm 400 pounds. I walk into a bar. I know I could pick up that blonde. I know I could go in and take my dick out. In my mind. I'm not going to pick her up, but in my mind. But it all starts inside. MeUndies gives you more confidence. You know, when you take her home and you take your hammer out, it's going to come out of a fresh pair of underwear. They're going to be a unique color, like a camouflage. And your dick's going to smell good. It's going to be fucking, it's not going to smell like death with chlorine from those white fucking underwear. Go to MeUndies.com right now and press in Joey and get 20% off your order and free shipping in Canada and the United States. You're sitting there going, Joey, you know what? You come to me with the same bullshit every week. What the fuck? 20% off. What am I going to do with that? Well, here it is, bitch. Here it is, bitch. You want something for free? I'm going to give you the best free because nothing is fucking free. I mean, let's face it, you're going to pay for shipping. But I'm going to give you a free sample box from naturebox.com. Nothing is free. You're going to pay for something on the arm. $2, but who gives a fuck? It's a $30, $40 value. I'm going to send you 2 big bags and 3 little bags. Sriracha almonds, Sriracha walnuts, cocoa almonds.
The cattle kernels.
The cattle kernels. I mean, it never ends. Just go on to naturebox.com right now. Stop.
Flash Joey.
You're sitting there. It's 2 in the morning when you live. What else are you going to do? You're going to look at YouPorn and jerk off. You might as well get 5 free fucking snacks sent to your house. And if you like them, you get them sent to your house every month on the 1st like fucking clockwork. Whether you like that, they'll let you pick whatever the fuck you want. Why listen to me? I'm just a fat fuck. No, I don't go to In-N-Out. This is what I would eat every fucking night is NatureBox. Those little Szechuan pretzels will get your asshole on fire. You understand me? Anyway, don't take it from me. I'm giving it to you for free. Go to naturebox.com and press in.
Joey.
Oh, shit. Boom. That's all you need to do. Joey. I'm going to send you 5 free sample bags directly to your fucking house. Is it free? The box is free. But you're going to pay for fucking shipping. UPS don't fucking drive around for free. Those big trucks, they cost money, cocksucker. On it, Iron Dragon TV, MeUndies, and naturebox.com. Curtis Salcido, you're a fucking savage. I'm proud of you. You're a success. You understand me? Everybody's worried about Selena. Look at you. You're making a comeback. You see? What's up with you, fucko?
I'm super high.
You're always super high. That's your problem.
You make it happen.
Everything all right? You're looking good tonight.
I'm trying.
All right. Let's close this motherfucker off.
Okay.
Don't forget, I'm going to be in Ventura at the Hong Kong Garden up there on Asianville up there on Friday fucking night. I have no idea what time the show starts. Just get there about 8:30. I'm driving up from fucking Hollywood here. So get there like 8:30. I think there are a couple people on the show, so I'm gonna get up there.
Look at on your website. It'll tell them what time it starts.
I don't know what time. I just go to
Well,
Hong
they
Kong
can
Bar.
find
It's an
out.
Asian fucking restaurant in Ventura. It's not like you're going to Chinatown and there's people flying through the air like Enter the Dragon. They got like maybe 3-4 fucking Chinese people in Ventura. Hong Kong Garden.
Do they all work at Hong Kong?
I have no fucking idea. I've never been there before. Next week I'm in San Diego at the American Comedy Club. Friday and Saturday night, 4 shows. They're going to sell out. Don't come crying to me, Joe. I didn't get fucking tickets. I'm telling you right now, cocksucker. Curtis, I love you. Thank you, buddy, for coming up with them and keeping them company. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. You.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on with you?
I put up a podcast yesterday. If you want to go listen to Find You Radio
All right.
with Matt Filtron.
All right.
And I'm trying to figure out what I want for dinner right now. What do you want?
What's your fantasy fucking
Nachos.
drink?
Oh, you want?
We got some nachos somewhere.
Nah.
Let's eat another star.
No.
Let's eat another piece. Look what we did to this.
Look at my eyes, dude. You can't even see
6,000 milligram star. We already got to the middle. That's how we don't fuck around here. Anarchy Edibles always taking care of us. 6,000. Not a fucking a Twitter joke. April Fool. No, there's 6,000 fucking milligrams. Me and Lee, this fucking star was bigger than the one over Jesus' head when they stabbed him. Look what it's down to. It's like a rectangle. Smell this, Curtis. Just smell this. What does it smell like? Yep. That's the real fucking deal.
That's the real deal.
There's got to be 3,000 milligrams left of THC right here. We're going to eat this every fucking session. We'll see you guys next week, Monday night, 7 o'clock. I love you, motherfuckers. Stay black. Don't forget, Friday night, the Hong Kong Garden up there in Ventura. Come on out, Santa Barbara, Bakersfield, whatever. Come on down. Let's eat some fucking egg rolls. I can't eat them. I got to eat shrimp and lobster sauce because I can't eat meat on Good Friday.
Make sure you bring your Chinese friends.
Let's go, Lee. Speed it up, cocksucker. We got
You
things
speed
to
it
do,
up.
people to see. You're not going to say goodnight. You're not going to give the
I am.
ads.
I am doing right now.
All right, let's go while we're young.
Okay. Now that the show's over, don't forget to go to naturebox.com and sign up to get your free sampler box of great tasting healthy snacks. Forget the vending machine and start snacking smarter with delicious treats like barbecue kettle kernels. Go to naturebox.com/Joey. That's naturebox. Wait, hold on.
This girl fucking Nella J. She got big tits, but she puts a picture of a steak on Twitter. I don't want to see no steak. Break out those titties, bitch.
Wait, what happened?
It don't matter. Just read the fucking.
Show her titties. The steak. Okay.
I don't know.
I'll keep going with the ad thing. Also, go to MeUndies.com/Joey and get 20% off of your first order of their men's and women's underwear. And you're also going to get free shipping in the United States and Canada. Go to Onnit.com and use code word church to get 10% off all of their optimization products. And go to IronDragonTV.com and use code word Joey.